Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now every now and then I get a comment that sparks a thought, sparks a discussion, and that's what we're going to talk about today, and that is about getting rid of films. Is it the right thing to do, or should we be keeping everything that we own, everything that we've bought, and never get rid of anything? Let's talk about this one. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So yes, like I said, this was sparked by a comment that came up in one of my videos. Unfortunately, well, the comment's there. I'll see if I can put it up on the screen for you to see. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it or not. I'm not sure what video it's in. It's either up on the screen now or it's not. But there we go. So I used to kind of be of this mindset. Not entirely, because I had a load of VHSs. When we stepped into the realm of DVD, my VHSs went, my laser discs went, with the exception of one, which is the Star Wars trilogy, not to watch, just as a keepsake. When we stepped into the realm of Blu-ray, I did get rid of a lot of DVDs. And now we're at a point where I'm going through my collection. I am watching films. I'm watching a lot of films that are old to me, that I've seen a long time ago and not watched for a while. And I'm watching a lot of films from the collection that were pickups that I've never got around to watching. Those cheaper ones that I picked up in Poundland and in CEX on Blu-ray hunts and things like this. And as I'm watching them, I am now making harsh decisions as to whether to keep said movie or not. I've done a video a little while ago where, you know, time to say goodbye to certain films, and there was, I think, a couple of films in there that I spoke about, that being Hot Shots 2 and 3. I'm never going to watch them again. The Scary Movie films, I'm never going to watch those again. And there was a couple of others thrown in that list as well. For me, I'm 50 years old. Okay, that's how old I am now. Well, fast approaching. I'm a few months off of it. And so you get to a point where you do realise that there's far less in front of me now, life-wise, than what there is behind. I've got a massive collection of film and DVD, spawning over DVD, Blu-ray and 4K. Will I ever get the time to watch them all? Probably not. So it's time to cull that collection, kind of thing, but I'm doing it differently. Yes, I've done cullings before and I have got rid of stuff, but is that the right thing to do? Because I've had people say to me, or this one comment and others as well, I don't get rid of nothing. Nothing. I wouldn't ever get. And like I said, I used to kind of have that mindset. I did, in the realm of Blu-ray. If I've replaced a film with another upgrade, you know, yeah, I'll get rid of it. But it used to be like, oh, I've got this film, I don't really want to get rid of it because then I won't have it. And I've bought it. And going out and purchasing, some of my mentality used to be in Poundland and CEX, is this film is about as expensive as a rental. So why not buy it? Whether I like it or not, it's owned. I'm not losing any money in a sense, because if I rented it, you know, that was the sort of mentality, that's what I was sort of telling myself. But now, yeah, and I'm getting rid of some films that, you know, to be honest, people probably love. Alien Nation, you know, I watched that recently. I don't think I'm ever going to watch that again. Oppenheimer, I don't want to keep Oppenheimer. It's a fantastic film. I'm just never going to watch it again. I don't see the rewatchability of that film. So my steelbook is going. This is what I'm talking about, right? Now, my question to you is are you of the mindset that I must keep everything, you know, without getting rid of a single thing? Or are you happy to let things go? Or does that kind of make you feel a bit bad, just in case you want to watch said film again sometime down the line in the future? I suppose it depends on where we're at in life, what age we're at. You know, I know that there are certain films that we grow beyond, that we grow out of, films that we may have loved as a kid and we go back to visit years later with a warm feeling of nostalgia, put that film in, watch it, and then realise, I don't like this anymore. What did I see in this? Jesus Christ. But yet we keep it on the shelves. And there are certain films that I have done that with. the one about the baby dinosaur, Baby Legend of the Lost Dinosaur, or something it was called. You know, Garbage Pail Kids is one that I can cite, which I do have. It's here, it's on this shelf here. I have it as a digibook. But I like Garbage Pail Kids. I used to collect the cards, and I want to keep that edition primarily for the documentary that's on it, not the movie. That's what I want. But a lot of other stuff I'm making this decision on. I'm making this call on whether to keep it, because I want to whittle down the collection and have a collection that is more akin to me, a collection of stuff that I can honestly say, yeah, I want to keep that in it. I want that, and whittle out all the other stuff. There might be some good stuff that's going. Keep an eye out, because I will be doing another video, because there are a few that I have watched, surprisingly, that will be going. So yeah, do we keep this stuff or do we get rid of it? Now, I know there's an argument for kind of you know, you might keep things for posterity, but you also might feel that you need to keep this stuff because it may not ever be there on streaming, you know, that you need to be a guardian for these movies. You know, you need, it's your job, your right to keep this film alive by keeping a hold of this physical copy of it. I would say that that's no one's job to do. Okay, you know, I used to have that kind of a feeling, like, you know, I'm a guardian of all this stuff that I've got, and whether if it disappears elsewhere, there it is existing in my collection. Sod that. Well, sod that kind of logic. That is stupid. That is stupid logic, seriously speaking. I mean, I've got rid of films like the Alfred Hitchcock collection. I had the Alfred Hitchcock collection is great. You know, there's some great films in there that Alfred Hitchcock made back in the day. I can't knock them, but I'm never going to watch them again. No, I'd probably watch Batman and Robin, Barbed Wire, before I put on an Alfred Hitchcock movie again. And technically speaking, I will say that the Alfred Hitchcock movies are a better movie. Of course they are. But I get more rewatchability from something like Batman and Robin or from Barbed Wire. You see what I'm saying? So I want to get my collection to a point of this stuff speaks to me. This, you know, I mean, that might take some considerable time to do, quite a long time to do, because there's a lot to go through. You know, it's years in the making, but I'm starting now and I'm chipping away at it. I am chipping away slowly. Yes, there's got to be more stuff coming into the collection whilst there's stuff going out of the collection. So it might be that the collection, you know, it's kind of like 2 steps back, 1 step forward kind of a situation on the growth or the decline of the collection, whatever it may be. And whatever way the collection goes is fine. Whether it increases during this period or decreases, it is what it is. But, you know, I mean, I'm not going to stop having multiple copies of certain films. You know, I do enjoy that. You know, my Jaws is bloody Barbed Wire that I've got there, several of. Will I get rid of that when the 4K Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out? I don't know. That's a Blu-ray box set that contains Turtles 1 and 2 with a load of bump in it as well, like posters and whatnot, all that in it. Will that go? I got no idea. I'll make that decision come that time. But so my question to you is, how do you feel about this? Are you in the mindset of, no, I've got to keep everything. I don't want to let anything go from the collection. And that's fine. That's fine to be like that. You know, I'm not knocking that thought process, because that's where I was several years back. But things have started to change for me. I've started to open my eyes and realise that there is a lot of dross and there's a lot of great films. But even the great films, I won't ever revisit again. Raging Bull being another one. Great film. De Niro, Martin Scorsese. Seriously. Fantastic boxing film. I won't ever watch it again, though. I don't think I will. So I got rid of it, you know. And that was a Criterion Collection release as well. And that's my point, you know. That's what I want to get to. That kind of happy medium of having a collection that pretty much is stuff that I would be happy, more than happy, to revisit. But is there ever an end to it when you're whittling this stuff down? I don't know. but I've got to start somewhere. So let me know your thoughts on where you stand with, must you keep everything? Are you happy to get rid of stuff? Are you, and I'm not necessarily talking about replacements, like, well, I'm going to get 4K of whatever the latest new 4K, Lost in Space, coming out soon. I'm going to get the 4K of Lost in Space, so I won't get rid of the Blu-ray. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do. I'm asking you, is that your mindset? I'll keep the Blu-ray as well, because I have that Blu-ray, and that Blu-ray will be going when I get the 4K, as long as that 4K is a lovely transfer, because there have been times when Arrow have given me transfers that are far worse than the existing Blu-ray. Weird science, I'm looking at you as one. But what I'm saying is would you get rid of films in your collection that doesn't leave you the opportunity to watch that film again? If you see what I'm saying, would you get rid of your Oppenheimer, for argument's sake, knowing that it's not there to rewatch? Would you get rid of anything knowing that it's not there to rewatch again? That's the question that I'm posing to you, the audience out there, because I'm now at a point where I'm more than happy to get rid of a film knowing that it's leaving me without that film in the collection, so I can't watch it unless I opted for a streaming option, which I don't do. I don't really do streaming, or whether I opt for a going and repurchasing that movie, which again I can't see myself doing or wanting to do. That kind of defeats the purpose. Although if that was to happen, I'm pretty sure that at that point I could probably pick the Blu-ray up of something like Oppenheimer for a couple of quid, but I don't want to be going down that road. See what I'm saying? So yeah, let me know your answers to this question. Give it some thought and let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you later. Take care.